Hi, welcome to my third grade classroom. My name is Lorena, and today I'm gonna give you a little tour of what my classroom looks like. So I guess before I get started, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about myself. This is my 18th year teaching. I teach in Washington State, and like I said before, I teach third grade. And I have been teaching third grade for the 16 out of my 18 years, excuse me. And so, like I said, today in this video, I'm going to give you a little tour of my classroom. I hope that you get some ideas, maybe some things that you can apply in your own classroom. But here I go. Okay, so I'm gonna actually start right when you enter my classroom. The first thing right behind my door is my class headphones, and I really like having them behind this door because usually I teach with my door open, so normally they're hidden, you can't even see them. However, if you cannot do that, a really nice way of organizing your headphones is using dollar store materials. And just so you know, I did make a really terrible video showing you how to make this little setup. So if you are interested in organizing your headphones the same way that I have organized mine, go ahead and head on over to that video. One thing that you are going to notice in my video is that you are going to see numbers all over the place, and each of my student has a number, and they're basically just in alphabetical order. And so the numbers, you're going to be seeing them a lot as I go through my video. All right, so from the headphones, we move on to our mailboxes. Same thing with my mailboxes. My mailboxes also have a number, and so the kids, once again, are attached to a number, and they know exactly what number they are. And this is just a really easy way for me to go from year to year, and I don't have to keep switching or changing names. I don't do numbers for everything in my classroom. Some things will have the kids' names, but for something like this where I do not want to have to change it every single year, I do have, like I said, I do use numbers instead of names. So far I have my headphones have numbers and my mailboxes have numbers. Then after that, I move on and I have my class jobs. So I have my kids that are on vacation, meaning that they don't really have a job right now. These kids that don't have an actual chore at the end of the day, they need to pick up 10 things from the floor before they leave. The other ones over here that do have a class chore at the end of the day, they use the 10 minutes during our last 10 minutes of class to do the job that they have. So I don't have a lot of jobs, but they really do keep my classroom in order. So we do take about 10 minutes at the end of each day to complete our class chores. Moving on, this is our class calendar, and this is something that I highly recommend if you do not have a big calendar like this, where you can just display and add as your month goes on of things that are coming up. You're gonna want to get one of these. I don't think this was very expensive. I want to say it was like $15 on Amazon. This is just a really great way of organizing everything that is happening for this month. All right, and then right below our calendar, our class calendar, right under that we have our supplies, and this is just things that are needed in our classroom pretty often, and so the kids can get up and get whatever they need whenever they need it. The kids do a really good job about, just getting what they need and not overdoing it. And then right under this, we have our lost and found right here, and right now it's empty. We don't have anything that has been lost. And then right under that is our toy jail. I tell the kids in the beginning of the year that, hey, if you are using, even if it's something that's not a toy, if you're using something as a toy, it's gonna end up in the toy jail, and you will not get it back until the release date of the last day of school. And I tell them as well that if they have to remember what went in here and what belongs to them, because I am not going to remember what belongs to them. Moving on from here, We have our big 3 questions that I refer to all the time. We have our what are we going to learn today? Why are we learning it? And then how will you know that you know it? How will you show, that you know it? This is something that I refer to all the time. Really good questions for the kids to know as you are moving on from lesson to lesson. Here is just one of my 2 bulletin boards that I have in my classroom, and these are this is the only area in which I have anchor charts that I have created, and I just have reading, writing, and math. And this is a living bulletin board, meaning that it is literally changing every single day. Today I added a telling time. Actually, I'm gonna pause for just a little bit because I have my kids that are gonna come in and they're gonna head over to lunch. So let me go ahead and let them in, and I will continue on. Okay, I am back. So like I said before, this is our living bulletin board, meaning that it just changes daily based on what skills we are learning and focusing in reading, writing, and math. Writing is mostly stays the same, but we change what genre we are working on. We started off with sentences, as you can see here, then we moved up and we just finished opinion writing, and so now we have moved on to informative. So like I said, this really does change at least weekly, if not daily, based on what skills we are learning currently. All right, so moving on, my desk. I mean, nothing really crazy here. It's just my desk, and I really do try to keep it as clean as possible, but that seems to be very hard as a teacher. But I mean, nothing out of the ordinary there. Here we have our data binders. This is obviously where we keep all of our data, including reading, writing, math, and even AR. I don't know if you guys know what AR is, but it's where the kids read a book, take a test on it, and then if they get 70% or higher, they earn some points for that. Down here we have our leveled readers. Right there, 2 different levels. And then right here we have our, oh, you know what? I forgot to talk about we call them our random balls, but it's just, so I can choose a name. Here we have our group points for the month of December, since we're in December. And then here is our projector. Here's the agenda that I start off my day with every single morning, so they know what's going on, the schedule for today, and then also what to expect for tomorrow's specialist, today's lunch, and all that stuff. And also, just so you know, I do also have another video on YouTube that shows you how to make these daily agendas if you're interested in doing that. This video is a little bit better than my headphones over there, because I'm gonna tell you that video that I made was terrible. But again, the actual end result is great, but the video itself is really bad. Just so you know, giving you a heads up. This one is a little bit better. Over on this side, we have our reading nook, and this is one of my favorite areas. So every single month, I have a chapter book challenge that I put forth to the kids, and I have, as you can see, 2 different levels. This one is for the kids that are on level 3rd grade, and this one here is for the kids that need just a little bit of a lower level. And then here we have all of the chapter books that I use throughout the year as chapter book challenges. So these here, the kids are not allowed to touch all of these. Here is where I have the chapter book challenges. So if they want to be part or take part of the chapter book challenge for the month, this is where they would grab them, and also when they're done, they put them back. All right, moving on. Here we have a little sitting area for the kids. So when they are done with some work and they've earned a star, and I tell them to AR read, they can go ahead and head on over to the reading nook over here. And this one right here, this bulletin board, is one of my favorite things in the classroom. This is for the kids as they are reading books and taking the AR test on them, and they are passing this AR test with the 70% or higher. They do get a little tiny book, so let me see if I can go I'm gonna go up like this, but they get a little tiny book like this, and they get to write the title on these books. When they have completed their chapter book challenge, they get a December chapter book challenge completed. And that's how I know at the end of the month that because they have completed the challenge, they met the challenge, they are able to get a class coupon, and I will show you what that looks like in a little bit. Okay, so down here I have different leveled books that the kids are able to borrow, read, take an AR test on them, and then put them back. And we're all just sharing these books here. They are labeled 1 to 1.9, 2 to 2.9, and then 3 to 4. And so they can get to the level that they're needing. Over here, down here, we have little reading buddies that the kids can come and grab. So when we have like reading AR time. Okay, so moving on from our reading nook, over on this side I have my pullback table. I also have my math standards that we are working on currently, and this is where the kids tell me exactly how they feel on whatever standard we're working on. Here is our little charging station. And then here, I'm going to move back a little bit because I don't want to show you. Here we have the kids' rocket math, and well, it's on multiplication rocket math, and they are all working towards mastering their multiplication facts here. Closet. And here we have our class coupons. The kids can earn based on different things. It could be behavioral, it could be academic. So they can earn these. Here we have, I'm going to back up a little bit because it does have information again. Here we have our lanyards for lunch. And so right now they're at lunch, so a lot of them are wearing them. And then over here we have our attendance. So the kids that are present stay exactly where they are. And then I've moved all of them to present, but I do have some kids that are absent. So once I'm done recording, I am going to move them over to absent. But once again, this is how we keep attendance for the day. And if a kid does come in a little bit later, they know to move their name from absent to present, so that in case we have a fire drill or something like that, I can easily look up here and see who is absent. So that's really helpful there. Here we have our sink area. Again, nothing special. I have my treasure box here. We have our snack box here. And let's see, that is it. Oh, up here, we have we just started cursive, I want to say like a month and a half ago. And I already have one student that has mastered and taken the cursive test and has passed the cursive test. So he has earned a cursive license. Super cute. Actually, let me show you the cursive license so that you can see how cute it is. First I'm gonna just, there you go, so that you can't really see.